Thank you so much, and it's great being online. Welcome, and thanks for coming along to this. I come from a sales and a marketing background, and what I want to speak to you about today is how you can develop a great social media strategy online. As you know, things have been changing all the time. There have been huge changes in the way that business works. Movies, TV, everything has now moved over to YouTube. And by the way, one of the things you've got to think about is, do you have a YouTube channel? Because if you don't have one, you're missing out massively. I have a YouTube channel, by the way. Go and take a look at it, youtube.com/sales tips. Now, on my channel, I have 650 videos. I've had over 4 million viewers, 6,000 subscribers, and this is a way that you can now almost have your own TV station. If you don't have it, you're missing out hugely. Books, if we think about the old way of reading books, all of that now has changed to Kindle. I used to buy books all the time. Now I have 650 books on my Kindle, and I just take that, fly all over the world. CDs, if I look downstairs, I've got a whole lot of CDs I used to listen to. You know, nowadays most laptops don't even come with a CD player anymore. Everything has moved over to iTunes. Here's a really interesting one with websites. Now, in the old days, we said we've got to have a great website. Everything is about our website. This is where the sales drive to. But you know, now a lot of that is moving to mobile technology. What you've got to think about is, what does your website look like on an iPhone? What does it look like on a Samsung? What does it look like on an iPad? And again, there's lots of free programs that you can go in and just check to see what it looks like. Also, if you're using some of the old flash movies, they don't really work on the iPhones, they don't work on the iPads, so we've got to make sure that the new generation that are using all the mobile technology can see what we're doing. In the old days, we had big PR agencies. You know, now you can get any free information that you want. All you need to do is go onto a little thing called Google. The old days, we had yellow pages. Everything now is on Google. And again, we've got to think about, we all go to Google to look for free information. So how much free information are you actually giving away? Are you adding new articles? Are you adding new videos? Are you adding new audio? How much new information are you putting out there for people that are looking for what you can offer? And again, I come from a sales background, and if I looked at the old way of doing things, it was interruption marketing. I would pick up the phone and I would phone anybody. I'd try to get through to the decision maker, try and convince him to see me. When I got together with him, I try to convince him to buy my products or services rather than somebody he was pretty happy with already. And so I was interrupting the way that he did business. I was interrupting his thought patterns. All of that now has moved over to attraction marketing. How do you attract the people that are saying, I have a problem, can you help me with my problem? And what are they doing? They're going and they're Googling about it. So we've got to accept that there's huge changes that are happening, and with the internet there's massive, massive opportunities. We've also got to think about the future buyers. Future buyers are my son, who is a 30-year-old lawyer, and I'm an old guy. I like to go meet someone, shake hands with them, do business that way. My son does all of his business on his iPhone. He doesn't even want to meet anybody. So he's part of that new generation. And when you think about that new generation, they are looking for interaction. They want blogs. Now, an interesting thing is, do you have a blog? If you don't have a blog, you're missing out massively. And there's a couple of reasons for having a blog. A blog is all about thought leadership. It's all about you getting your message out there. Remember what I said earlier, people are all looking for information. How much information are you giving them? And the best way to do that is through a blog. Now, the other thing, a blog is fantastic for search engine optimization, because if you put a new article onto your website, it could take 6 months for Google to see that. Put it onto a blog, and especially if it is with blogger.com, because that belongs to Google. That will be seen almost immediately. Forums. A forum is, let's say you're in the car business or the engineering business. What about having your own Facebook for your clients where they can come along and speak about their challenges, their opportunities, how they're using your products or services, and that is a forum. As I've said, a huge thing is video. YouTube is actually the second biggest search engine out there. In fact, when I do searches nowadays, I don't do a Google search anymore. I do a YouTube search because people have become a lot more visual. People like to see things, and there's so much more you can do in a video than you can do anywhere else. So are you on YouTube? The next big thing is audio. Now again, everything that we're talking about you can be using internally and externally. All of the tools we're speaking about you can have for your clients, but you can also have for your internal clients. Imagine you've got a whole lot of young salespeople working for you. What if you had to put their whole training program onto video and audio? No matter where they are now, they can actually listen to it or watch it from their iPhones. Imagine some of your customers have got questions. You can have frequently asked videos or frequently asked audios where they can watch and they can listen to things. Social networking, of course. LinkedIn is huge. LinkedIn is massive, and I'm going to go into that in a little more detail in a few minutes. We've got to be on LinkedIn. That's the new B2B, business-to-business kind of network. Facebook, of course, is the biggest thing on the internet. It is the biggest social network. And again, we've got to think about how do we use Facebook for business. And then, of course, there's another one called Twitter. Now, this is really interesting because I work with organizations all over the world. Typically, I would go in, do a presentation to a company, or spend a day consulting with them, looking at their social media strategy, and then spending time with their team saying, okay, what are you doing? What can we put in place? Now, when I'm going and working with companies, I always say to them, how do you use Twitter? Most of the answers I get is, we don't really know how to use Twitter or what it's there for. So I'm going to give you a couple of ways that you can use Twitter. The first thing, use it as a listening tool. So follow your top 10 customers. What are they tweeting about? Even if you don't understand Twitter, it doesn't mean that your customers are not using Twitter. If you look at a company like Dell Computers now, all of their customer service is done through Twitter. You've got a problem with your computer, you go online and you go onto Twitter and you tweet, I've got a problem with my laptop, this is what's happening, and immediately you'll get a tweet back telling you what to do. So follow your top 10 customers. Now, I've got an example in Australia. I've got a company, it's a haulage company, and all of their salespeople follow their top 10 customers. And one of the salespeople one day got a tweet that their top customer had just landed a contract for a power station. Picked up the phone, phoned him straight away, and the company said, how did you know that we got this contract? We haven't told anybody about it. We haven't put a news release out. The salesman said, well, somebody tweeted about it. Can I come in and speak to you? They went in and they got the haulage contract worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Now that was just happening because they were listening. So what are your top customers tweeting about? The other thing is, what are your competitors tweeting about? Follow your competitors. Are they having discounts? Are they opening new offices? Have they got new products or services coming out? So we've got to think about our future buyers and how they work. And that leads us onto websites, because for me, your website is your best sales tool ever. Your website has got to rock. It's got to be absolutely fantastic. And what I've also found is there's 4 different people involved in making a website. The one is the person who actually makes it and makes all of the links work, the colors, all of that kind of thing. The second person is somebody that knows how to write good sales copy. What are the words that are on the page? The third person, of course, is somebody that measures the traffic. And the best tool is Google Analytics. If somebody's going into one page and they're just clicking out of it again, we've got to change that page. And of course, the fourth person is somebody that gets your website seen. You can have the best website in the world, If nobody sees it, if you're not on the first page of Google, you're dead. So you've got to think about how do you get your website to absolutely rock, to be fantastic. Here are some other things about your website as well. You've got to have reasons for clients to return. You've got to have new content on there all the time. How many new articles are you putting on? How many new videos are you putting on? How many white papers are you putting on? Because think about it. If you're not putting on new content, well, your customers are certainly not going to come back because there's nothing new happening over there. But more importantly, Google is not going to come back. Google is all about new content. And if you're not putting new content onto your website, you're going to suffer massively. So you've got to have reasons for clients to return. You've got to monitor the flow of traffic. This is a sales tool. If somebody's coming into one of your pages and they're clicking straight out, you've got to change the content on that page. The third thing you've got to think about is that constant updating, and of course, you've got to have a call to action. The biggest mistake I see when I go in and I work with companies, they're doing some social media, they've got a great website, but there's no call to action. And I see this all over. I go in and I watch a wonderful YouTube video, and at the end of it I say, what do I do? Where do I go? What do I do next? There's no call to action. I go and I read a great article. At the end of it, there's no contact details, no where to go. So what you do on your website as well, you've got to have a call to action. On the front page of your website, have your telephone number where people can see it. Have your email address where people can see it. Because again, that brings in the whole trust factor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to my website now and show you a couple of things that I've got. And by the way, I've got a great person that does my website for me. If anyone's interested, just ask me later and I'll tell you the company that does it. It's a company called Advenzia. And if we go in, take a look at my website over here. Now what I've said is, remember what I've said, take a look there. There's the phone number right up there. They can click and they can phone. Every page of my website has got video on it. People connect more with the video. So everywhere they can go in and they can look at the videos. Now imagine if you've got all of your products, or services, and people want to page through, they can go into my website, and let's say you want to hire me to come and do a talk, and it might be on leadership or social media. You might want me to come in and motivate your sales team. So people want to see what I speak about. There it is on the front page. They can actually click through there and take a look. Walking with Tigers. That's based on the best-selling book that I wrote about the world's top business leaders. How to find new clients and prospects. So people can go through, see what the seminar is all about, what will be covered. They can go through to the next one. Outrageous service. How do you create a great outrageous service with your company? Sales and technology, what we're speaking about. So people can page through this over here. They can magnify things. And the place you go for that page-turning software, this is normally pretty expensive, except if you come to a little website here called issuu.com. I hope you've got a pen and paper, so write this down, ISSUU, issuu.com. That gives you that page-turning software. So you can either have a Word document or a PDF. You upload that, and it works absolutely fantastically. Now again, a couple of other things that happen over here. My website guy has done some great stuff here because people need to know how good you are. So they can click in there and they can see what people are saying. And I like that. It just makes it easy. They can click in. But people are also visual. Now the most watched page on my website, if we go left here, can you see it says video testimonials? And that is the most watched page. People go in and they look at my video testimonials. So there I worked with the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. I did a video testimonial. If you go onto my website, you'll see the testimonial that he gave me. If you go through here, you'll see there's testimonials from all over the world, and you've got to get video testimonials from your customers. If you say you're great, that's fine. If your customers say you're great, that's brilliant. I've got them from Estonia. I've got them from China. I've got them from everywhere in the world. So get the video testimonials, And you've also got to make it look attractive. So if somebody wants to watch it, I just click it. It comes up. They can actually download that if they want to. They can click onto it. It'll start to play straight away. And there we go. So there you go. Get video testimonials. If we go back to my main page now, another great little feature that I've got here is, let's say it's 11 o'clock at night and somebody wants to leave a message for me. There it is. Send a voice message to Frank Furness. And it's so easy. They can just click there, start a recording, click allow. If they had to click allow there, now they're recording a message. They go, hi, this is Frank Furness, whatever. It'll go there, process that. They can now listen to that back again. So they can listen to that. They can then put in their, I'm not going to play that, I'm just going to go there. So it'll go, put in your name, email, send. And immediately I get an email saying, Ollie has just left a voice message for you. Please go and listen to it. So that's a great thing. If you have a look here on the left, this is a live Twitter feed. So you can see this is happening as we're speaking. This is all happening over here. One mistake I've made over here is the follow me signs. That should be right at the top of my website instead of at the bottom. There's my YouTube channel. And as you can see all over my website, I'm giving away free things. So go and download some of the books. And again, have a look at my website. The company that I use is Advenzia. I'll just put that in for you. Advenzia. And it's a UK company, but they're just brilliant at website, graphic design, all of that kind of stuff. That's just going to, there it is, advenzia.co.uk. So write that down. Contact Peter over there, tell him you've seen my website. So we've got to have a great website. We go back to our PowerPoint over here, and the next thing we've got to think about is, how do you get your website onto the first page of Google? If you're not on the first page, you're going to suffer massively. Well, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to belong to the Google family. Everything you do, you've got to think about, if Google is scraping, how are they going to find me? So if I do a new article, I'll put it onto, maybe I'll put it onto LinkedIn. I'll put it onto, of course, Blogger. So Blogger, if we have a look there, if I'm doing a blog, it'll go onto Blogger because Blogger belongs to Google. I love Vimeo. It's a wonderful video channel, but it's not going to do me any good for search engine optimization. So where do I go? To YouTube. Again, I love Facebook. I can put stuff onto my Facebook business page. Google and Facebook hate each other. So where will I rather put it? Onto Google+. And of course we've got the new picture sites like Pinterest, Instagram. So again, if I've got photos, I'll upload those to there. But then I'll think about, what about Google? Who does Google own? Well, their picture site is called Picasa. So everything that I'm doing, I think about, how can I get it be seen by Google? Because if Google sees it, I'm going to be on the first page of Google. Now, one really, really important thing I want you to think about this afternoon is, think about how can you own the first page of Google for a certain key phrase. So if somebody types in this key phrase, and normally people will type in a key phrase, so it might be accounting, company, Riyadh, software development. So think about a 3 keyword phrase over there: top accounting firm, corporate, legal, Medina. Think about what people would type in. Now that takes a long time to think about. When somebody types in this key phrase, I want my website to dominate the first page of Google. Now again, I would say to you, go out and ask all of your customers. Say, what would you type into Google if you were looking for our kind of company? Because again, sometimes what we think is totally different to what our clients would type in. So you've got to put yourself into your customer's position. 90% of the time, they're not going to type in your company's name. They're going to type in a key phrase. So I'll give you an example over here. I speak on sales and technology. So my 3 keyword phrase is sales, technology, speaker. If we hop over here to Google, and I'm going to go and do a Google search over here for sales technology speaker. Sales technology speaker. Let's see what comes up if I come up on the first page. Now again, those first three are paid for ads, so I don't worry about those. Generic ads, I want to show you what I mean about owning the first page of Google. For sales technology speaker, there it is there, sales technology speaker. I am number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I am number 6 over there, number 7. So I dominate the first page of Google. And I do that by doing different things, because you'll see my website is up there. YouTube is huge. If you have a look at YouTube over there, you'll see sales technology speaker. It's going to be in the title. It's going to be in the description. It's going to be in the keywords. All of my images have got the title sales technology speaker. I mean, if you hover over it there, can you see there? Pinterest.com, sales technology speaker. That's picked up from Pinterest. If I go into there, that's another one where it's been picked up on a picture site. There's another one, and again, these are people that have got my pictures on their site. So that's nlptherapy.co, and they've got my pictures uploaded onto their sites over there. So can you imagine, like me, how you can own the first page of Google? And it's all over the world. Wherever I speak, I take screenshots. So in the UK, if I'm in Australia, I've just got back from a speaking tour of Australia. Have a look at that. I own the first page. Hong Kong. There. Now, I want you to also look at the power of video. And this is why I want you to make YouTube videos. YouTube videos are so important. If I have a look, there's Florida, UAE. Now, the funny thing is, you can read what is being said over there, and I have no presence in any of the Arab countries, yet I dominate the first page in the UAE purely because I've got that sales technology speaker. So I work in Dubai all the time. In fact, I leave on Friday to go and work in Dubai, and I'm then working in Kuwait. And all of those countries pick that up, sales technology speaker. There it is in Japan. So once you've got that key phrase, where do you put it? So again, think about yours. Yours might be corporate lawyers in Riyadh, and that might be your 3-keyword phrase. So once you've got that 3-keyword phrase, it's got to be on every page of your website. If you go in here, it says sales technology speaker. Every page of your website's got to have that in it. What you've got to think about is Google is scraping the whole internet. What you wanted to do is pick up that 3-keyword phrase everywhere it goes. Of course, the next place you go is your YouTube channel. Like I've said to you, you have to have a YouTube channel. And don't call your YouTube channel by your company name, rather call it by that 3-keyword phrase. So mine is not called Frank Furness. No one has heard of Frank Furness. Mine is called Sales Tips. That's what people are looking for. They're looking for sales tips. Let me take you into LinkedIn. LinkedIn, very, very powerful. And let's hop over to LinkedIn here. And I'm going to show you what you've got to do on your LinkedIn profile. Now, this is my profile over here. The first thing you've got to do is come and take a look and see what you've got over there. Chances are it's going to be president or vice president or head of marketing, head of sales or whatever. Well, that doesn't help LinkedIn at all, and it doesn't help Google. Have a look there. I've got key phrases. Sales technology speaker. There's one phrase. It's going to be picked up by Google. Customer service and social media speaker. Another phrase that will be picked up by Google. YouTube video presenter. Now, the same kind of thing, if people type that into search there, because people are going to search for that as well, I want to dominate for that. If we then come down, by the way, here's a new thing that's just happened 4 weeks ago. You can actually put articles now onto LinkedIn. So there, I've got 10 articles there. By the way, please follow me on LinkedIn. Come and join up with me on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter. I'd love to connect with all of you that are now watching and listening to this. and go and take a look at my articles. Now, I put up about 10 articles a month ago when they started this. I've had over 1,000 downloads. Have a look here. Sales and technology speaker. Specialities, sales, technology, speaker. So I'm just thinking about Google going and scraping, and it finds this everywhere. Another thing you've got to think about is, do you have a PowerPoint presentation on what your company does and how you help your customers? Well, you can put that PowerPoint onto your LinkedIn. I don't know if you knew that, but people can come in, and this is how you bring LinkedIn alive. So people can come in and they can look through what I do. He's available for keynote speeches, workshops, training, one-on-one coaching. That's great. Where do we go to? Here's some of his presentations. Walking with Tigers. For more information, that's where we go to. So everything is there. Have you got a PowerPoint presentation? Next thing you've got to think about is, do you have videos on your LinkedIn? I don't know if you know, but you can have videos. One video has got to be a 2-minute video on who you are, what you do, and how you help your customers. So people come into LinkedIn, they click onto that there, and that's my 2-minute video on who I am, what I do, how I help customers. They click into that, and there it is. There's the video, and you've got to get this video. This has got to be on the front page of your website, on the front page of YouTube, and of course on LinkedIn. So there it is. What you've also got to do is maybe have some videos on your products or services and have testimonials as well. So there's a video testimonial. So,
hi, I'm Mike Ramey. I'm the owner and founder of AMC Liquidators in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We buy, sell, and restore furniture. Our focus is high-end hotels and large corporate offices, and we sell to the public, both nationally and internationally. Frank Furness was amazing today. We've used Frank before for our Vistage group, and I couldn't wait to come back. We spent a whole day with Frank today, and even though I had a lot of information from Frank before, it was, again, information overload. Incredibly valuable tips that we're going to use for audio, for video, just to take our company to a whole nother level. Frank, great job today.
So again, there you get the idea. Have you got videos up there? That's what connects with people. And as you go down, you'll see sales, technology, speaker all over LinkedIn. Now again, just think about that. Google is scraping this all the time, and I'm coming up. And again, people will do a search there for sales, technology, speaker. So sales. Firstly, they'll do a normal kind of search. And you do want to come up over there. I hope I'm going to come up. It would be interesting if I don't, because I've got that. So there we go. So I come up over there, and I should be on the first page over here. Oh, I see everyone that I'm teaching is copying what I'm showing them now. But also take a look here at companies. See who comes up in the companies. So you do a company search there and see how you're coming up there. So I've optimized it for quite a few things. There I am. Can you see there, Frank Furness and Associates? So if people are looking for sales technology speaker in companies, and I want to be found more through my company, there I am, right up there. So that's the next thing. Look at LinkedIn. From LinkedIn, the next thing we're going to look at is Twitter. Of course, it's got to be on Twitter. Have those 3 keywords there. And have you completed your Google profile? Most people don't even know that there is a Google profile. So just go in and Google profile and have a look at that. There's links back to, and this is from Google, links back to the website, back to the YouTube channel, the blog, the best links you could ever get from Google itself. Now remember a little earlier on when we did that search, you saw that some of my photographs came up on a search. Now go into your website and hover over your photograph. See what Google sees. If it's seeing something like picture 1, 2, 3 or JPEG 5, 6, 7, that's pretty useless. So the first thing you've got to do is, before you put any picture up there, go to your pictures over here, and let's say you're taking one of your pictures, and let's just find any picture over here. So that would be one of my pictures I wanted to put up onto my website. Now, can you see there it's called 256 JPEG? That's really useless for Google. So the first thing you've got to do is right-click on the picture and rename it. What are you going to rename it? Sales Technology Speaker. Corporate Lawyers Medina. So rename it. The next thing, if you come down, and again write this down, otherwise you'll forget it, is every picture, right-click on Properties, then you right-click on Details, and there's a thing there called Tags, Add Tag. So all I would do now is put in Sales Technology Speaker. Now I'll type that in there. I've added the tag. I click OK. Now, if people come in there, can you see where it says Tags? Tags, Frank Furness, Sales Technology Speaker. The other thing I would have done is I would have renamed it Sales Technology Speaker. So I would rename it that. Now, can you see there it's renamed? Google's going to pick it up. Can you see the tags? Sales Technology Speaker. So rename all of your pictures before you put those up there as well. Now, here's an interesting thing. This is a great little site called NameCHK. So what I wanted to do is, let's say I changed mine to Social Media Presenter. And I wanted to find out if I could get a blog called Social Media Presenter. I wanted to get a Facebook channel called Social Media Presenter, a YouTube channel. It would take me all day to find out if those are available. Well, once again, if we just go into that great little thing here called Name Check, and let's say I wanted to see what was available for Social Media Presenter, and I'm going to say please check and tell me which social media sites is it available, and it's doing it live now for me, which is fantastic. Well, that's brilliant. Blogger is available. Blogger belongs to Google, so I would go in and I would call myself my blog Social Media Presenter. Facebook, how amazing is that? That's available. YouTube is available. And here it goes through, so WordPress is taken, Flickr is taken, all of those in red would be taken. But again, let's say I came in here and I was going to be, let's stop in Corporate Lawyers Medina. Let's see what's available. You just go in and it'll do that check. There it is, bloggers available, Facebook, YouTube. Now you just go and you go and register all of those over there. So have a look at that. I mean, if you are a corporate lawyer in Medina, there you go. You've got it straight away. So we go straight back here again. So that's how you dominate the first page of Google. Here's some great marketing tools, by the way. This is one called simpleheadlines.com. And with this tool, you fill in 4 lines and it gives you 100 different headlines. The cost of this, I think, is about $49. You put it onto every one of your computers. It's amazing. The only thing I would say, it only works with PC, not with Mac. So go and take a look at simpleheadlines.com. 99 Designs. You want to get a new look, a new feel for your company. Instead of paying some PR agency thousands and thousands, just go in and take a look at 99 Designs. And of course, one of my favorites on the internet is something called Fiverr. $5 to get just about anything done. I've had videos done, I've had audios done, I've had pictures developed for me, all kinds of things for $5. By the way, I want to tell you, this is addictive. Once you get onto their website, you'll be there for 2 or 3 hours. So go and take a look at Fiverr.com. And lastly, I want to speak about the power of video. I mean, YouTube is just amazing. I use a lot of different kinds of cameras, but here's one of my favorite little cameras I use because this can go with me anywhere. It's called the Zoom Q3 HD. What I like about this, it's small, It's portable, just a little bit bigger than a packet of cigarettes. But the great thing about this, the sound on it is absolutely incredible. I love the sound that comes from this. And again, there is so much that you can do with video. If you just think how you can use video in your business, video testimonials. Now, a couple of things I can tell you about video is a year ago I would have said to you, your videos must be no longer than 2 minutes. The latest statistics that have just come from YouTube is average watching time is 36 seconds. So how do you get your message across in 36 seconds? So the first thing is get video testimonials from all of your top customers. Think about how you can use video internally for staff training. Let's say you've got a company and you've got some machines and you get a new person in, you train him. A week later he comes back, oh, how do I do that job? I've just showed you, I spent a whole week showing you. Yeah, but I forgot. Well, you can have videos where they can go and they can watch that all the time. If you've got technical explanations, so you work for a big government department over there and you've got some really technical forms that you want people to complete, well, the easiest way is make a video and they can go in and see exactly how they've got to complete that form, technical explanations. You've got to have video on the website on every page. Go and have a look at my website, frankfurnace.com. Every page has got video on. There's a great one, meet the team. I'm a partner in a financial services company in London, and we have 29 salespeople that work for us. We have videos of everybody because you see, people do business with people. PowerPoint recordings. Of course, if you've got any PowerPoints, video those, put those up onto the internet. If you want to know how to do that, drop me an email, frank@frankfurnace.com. There you can see it right at the bottom. And then, of course, you've got to get your own YouTube channel. You've got to have your YouTube channel. And also think about video email. People don't open up their emails nowadays, but video email, very, very powerful. Some other things, a YouTube trailer. Remember I said to you a little bit earlier on, have a 2-minute video, who you are, what you do, and how you help companies. Share your success stories. If you've had some great success stories, share those. Questions and answer videos. If you have people asking you the same kinds of questions, make videos of those. Tutorials, how-to videos, product demonstrations, expert interviews, video tips. You could have your 30-second tip every Sunday morning. Here's the beginning of the week. Here's your video tip. If you've got a new product launch, sales videos. And by the way, please go and take a look at my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/sales tips. And finally, I know we're reaching the end of the call over here. If you'd like me to come in and speak at your next conference or train your marketing team, I'd love to come over there. I've been over to Saudi Arabia a number of times, worked with a number of great companies over there. Just contact me, drop me an email, frank@frankfurnace.com, or go and take a look at my website, www.frankfurnace.com. And then also, please follow me. There it is, twitter.com/frankfurnace or facebook.com/frankfurnace, linkedin.com/frankfurnace, and of course youtube.com. There it is, sales tips.